Your next career move could be the one you never imagined. Web3 nomads, everywhere jobs for anywhere people.
All right, Friday, welcome back. Jerry's not here yet. I don't know what he's doing. He said he's on a bicycle. I don't believe him for 1 minute. He's probably pestering someone in the DMs or something. So just me and Dan for now. Jerry's going to join us. Basic structure similar to last week. I'm going to go through some charts because there's some that have held up extremely well, even though there's been a little bit of scariness in the markets. We've got some news on the Kraken, what's happening with Kraken staking, Gary Gensler, CoinBase staking, what it means for all that liquid staking business. Some really funny governance proposals that we found in the Pancake swap snapshot. Some of the launches that are upcoming, some smaller cap charts and things like that have been outperforming. And then we'll probably bring up a laugh of the week as well, just to kind of round it up and see it. We've got around 30 minutes today. So, but first, Dan, how are you doing?
I am doing great, but I'd love to do that, but it's 7:15 here in England, and whilst I have done that in the past, doing that right now would just be like pure filth, absolute pure filth.
I'll have one or two for you then. But no, I'm heading out. Heading out immediately after this, so I've got friends over visiting. So, and I'm not playing catch up because when you play catch up, you just end up in a really, really bad state. So here we are. I've got some charts here. Do you want to
scull a few and be fine?
I know, but I always feel like whenever I play catch up and drink really a lot in a short period of time, and just end up getting absolutely hammered. Like the hangovers the next day are like extremely brutal. So I prefer slow and steady. I still end up hammered regardless, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Right, Bitcoin. What are you seeing?
It was just massively inevitable. You could see like this massive run up, and then it was just like slowly like arching over, and that is just gonna completely like puke out. Like if it doesn't reverse your little like green line, then it pukes down to like the one below it, or like where the 200 EMA is. I assume that is. We just puke down to there, and then maybe reverse. Who knows? Depends. Like there's not. I think the news that will come out, like with the CPI, might just like pump it hard, but I don't know. Let's wait for it to touch that line.
Mm-hmm. So, what's really interesting, and I've seen a few people say this is the first time they've. Let me just clear this shit. So, what's really interesting is we're heading towards a bearish cross on the EMAs on the weekly. So, if we get the 50 EMA crossing over the 200 EMA, it's the first time it's going to actually cross over, and that's usually a bad sign. But on the daily, it looks like we're about to go for a bullish cross. So this is just like somewhere where I don't want to be participating. Like I'm just going to wait for some kind of confirmation. I've only got one. Anything that's liquid, I've just got one Matic position open, but this is like completely uncharted territory, particularly on the daily and weekly time frame. So I'm happy with my like gains that I've made over the past couple of weeks. I'm just going to sit it out for a little while. I think Matic looks pretty strong regardless, so I've held that. But it's a very, very strange time if you're a moving averages trader as well.
But the great news is, like, as that death cross is on the weekly, that's like 8 weeks away. It's fine. Like that golden cross on the daily, like I know, maybe like 1 week. The weekly, like, be fine. That's a good 4 weeks away. We don't have to worry about it until like April Fools. Okay, I say it right now. April Fools, April 1st. That's when that crosses, and we go to absolute Goblin Town.
It's just gonna touch, like they're just gonna like kiss, and then April 1st it'll happen, and then it'll just both sides will get liquidated, and then it'll just rip either way. But I don't know. ETH like funnily enough looks like it's been pretty strong. But the problem is, I know we're going to get into it a little bit later. It looked like it was outperforming Bitcoin for a slight minute when everyone was kind of taking their eyes off the prize. But then, all this kind of targeted shit's happened with liquid staking providers, particularly Kraken. I know we're going to get into that in a minute. So I don't know. Another just really interesting one, ETH chart. We mentioned it last week, but Matic. Yeah, mentioned it last week, but Matic just still looks great, still looks strong.
Mate, Matic for me is like it's an emotional roller coaster right now. Like I keep like putting stink bids in, but then you see it like crashing down, like shit. But like deep down, I know there's like big news coming for it. And then when you like, so there's this like Telegram group called like uniwhales.io, and it gives you like what basically like what the whales are doing. You can see that these dudes like dropping like 100 ETH plus into like Matic, into all these other things. And like you're like, oh come on, just hold your Matic back, just hold your Matic. It's like, nah, fumble it. Just get to that resistance, fumble, wait for it to come down. But mate, it is absolutely chadding.
It's quite wiki, isn't it? That's like quite a wiki chart on even on the weekly, which is never really a great sign. But
mate, it's horrendously wiki. I think overnight, and it just missed like one of my markers. I think it wicked down to like 1.194. Now we're back up to what, like 1.27 ish, 1.25.
Volume's definitely coming in. I mean, I know it's not like huge, but like look at the state of that. Like when was that? November. Like that is ultra chop season right there. Like the like what is even going on there? You know,
that is just pure wreckage.
I can imagine there's going to be like a lot of external catalysts that liquidate an awful lot of people. I just don't see the need for leverage at this point in time. Either way, like I am just holding spot anyway. So, but yeah, it's held up really well. I'm happy just holding that a little bit. Phantoms took quite a sizable hit.
Mate, Phantom got wrecked.
Again, it just looks like it needs to revert to the mean a little bit. But what else did I have? Yeah, so obviously we'll get into this in a second, but this came out the other day on the 9th of February. Brian Armstrong of CoinBase saying, we're hearing rumors that the SEC would like to get rid of crypto staking in the US for retail customers. I hope that's not the case, as I believe it would be a terrible path for the US if that was allowed to happen. Usually when we're hearing rumors, usually it's 99% confirmed, particularly if the CEO and co-founder of CoinBase is coming out and saying it. And he just basically goes on to say how staking is not security. There's like regulatory overreach and stuff like that, how it's going to push crypto innovation offshore in the US. And then, like out of nowhere, effectively it comes out that, let me just pull up the...
Mate, this is quite clearly like a governmental FUD attack. Like we used to have China. Now it's first thing that comes up is your boy up there.
Yeah, so 11 hours ago today, SEC Gov charged Kraken for the unregistered offer and sale of securities through its staking as a service program. Whether it's through staking as a service, lending, or other means, crypto intermediaries must provide proper disclosure and safeguards required by our laws.
Has he actually just made a meme of himself where he's used the word stake as in STAKE and put an actual stake STEAK into it? Gary Gensler, mate, I would love to go for a beer with you now. You've just gone up in my expectations, even though you're trying to screw over like everything that we've been working so hard for in this bear market. But mate, I'll definitely go for a beer with you.
This full video is just kind of... He just looks like Mr. Burns, and it really drives me insane.
Mate, look at his smug little alien eyes. I know you shouldn't say anything nasty about people, but look at that. We need to find his video editor because that is great.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Henry, if you're listening, you need to up your game when you're getting sacked. So yeah, like this was kind of going through the rumor mill on the 9th. What are we on now? 10th. So like literally the day after. Yeah, there's Stephen, the calculator guy from DeFi Dojo, saying, I'm sick of the US agencies infantizing Americans. Something needs to change. We'll become academically crippled, ethically bankrupt, and financially disabled, all by our own institutions. Very true. Jesse Powell from Krakens came out and said, I honestly hope that someone proves in court that there is a legal, user-friendly version of custodial staking that can be offered to US customers. It will be a brutal, lengthy, expensive, and a massive distraction, but the industry and the USA will be extremely grateful. I wouldn't like to take that. Would you like to be the kind of one in the fire in line with that? Well, just look what's happening to Ripple. Like,
Yeah,
just being dragged through the mud.
But like, if you look at it, like, let's just say hypothetically, I'll play devil's advocate here. It's a bit of fun. Now, let's just say like the SEC do actually manage to pull this off. Do you think that like the US customers would have been protected against things like Celsius? They'd have been protected against like Luna. So all of these like bajillions of dollars that just like vanished into thin air, you know, it might not have ruined lives. It might not have, you know, kids in America could actually go to college instead of going to McDonald's because their parents wouldn't have lost all of their money playing the shitcoin casino. America would have been great again because they'd have been educated because the amount of money that got lost.
They're always reactionary though, aren't they? They never stop this shit before it happens. Like Celsius, Luna, BlockFi, and all that kind of shit. It's always reactionary. I don't know. I just don't know how this ends, and I'm a little bit concerned that kind of Binance withdrawal of actually what exchange was it this week? Kind of preventing the issue of USDT. So there's no more Tether shit happening. This Circle are extremely in bed with kind of SEC and all that kind of shit as well. So I just don't know where this leads. I don't know if it's the start of something,
mate. Please
much
don't
more coordinated and larger.
Mate, don't depeg my USDC, like, please, for the love of God. Like, if we do, I feel like I should go get like a bag or like a vault of like Y2K just in case. Because I remember when like all those like stable coins started to depeg, and like they what on day one they made like 100 ETH. That's ridiculous. I do just want to point out that I don't know why I had this chart up. I was just flicking through charts, but like Rocketpool is in chadding right now. The buyers that have just flown in, it is going to all-time highs right now. That's mental, mate.
And quite rightly so as well. Let me just get this out of the way.
Mate, look at that.
Quite rightly so. Mate, if Kraken's staking as a service has been, and they've kind of settled because they can't be asked going through like the lengthy, costly, and headache with the SEC. The most decentralized liquid staking provider, node service, whatever you want to call them, staking as a service, whatever they're calling themselves these days, is Rocketpool. And that's only going to get even more decentralized. They're bringing out it is currently 32 ETH to stake on the beacon chain. You can stake 16 ETH with Rocketpool, and then it's actually going down to 8 ETH following the Atlas upgrade. If anyone's interested in learning a little bit more about Rocketpool, if you just head to our YouTube channel, and just type in Blockmates Rocketpool. We released an interview with Darren, which is one of their co-founders. We released that on Monday, and he just takes us through the full thing. We mentioned last week as well, they really understand the importance of the whole decentralized nature. And what's really interesting is what did they call their proposal? Like a self-limiting. It's like a self-limiting.
It's like the way I interpreted it was like just self-harm is ridiculous. It was just it almost seemed like self-fud, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, so they're going to actually put a cap on the market share of how much ETH can be staked through Rocketpool effectively. So Rocketpool can get to a certain size, and it can scale as the network scales, but it'll only own a specific percentage of the kind of validator set on Ethereum, and that's to prevent it getting too big for its boots and becoming a centralizing force on Ethereum, which I think's you know, it's what you kind of want to hear. You don't want to hear it like if to play devil's advocate again, if like Kraken are a huge staking service on Ethereum, they own like a really big percentage of the pie. Binance own another large percentage. Coinbase own another large percentage. And I'm pretty sure Coinbase are going to get hammered as well. So the likes of your Lidos and your Rocketpools and your Staters, Stakewise and things like that, it's Frax ETH and things like that. They're single-handedly going to be kind of saving Ethereum. Dan, I don't know if you've got the distribution of staked ETH and the providers there, because if Kraken's getting taken down, I can imagine Binance is probably going to get hit, Coinbase is going to get hit, and then I suppose it's the decentralized staking providers that are going to be, I suppose, it's bullish long term for Ethereum, to be honest.
Yeah, so you've got like, so what's interesting is Coinbase holds 11% of like staked ETH, Kraken is 7%, but Lido just comes out of nowhere with 25%. So they are like the big boys. See here we go. So Lido market share is 29%, Coinbase 12, Kraken 7, Binance 6, and then you got the old guys at Stakefish with 3.4. So
yeah, it's quite worrying,
Lido's,
isn't it? Like some of the largest providers, apart from Lido, are...
So Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance. So that's 12. Oh, here comes quick maths. Let's go 20. They only have about 26% between them, Binance, Kraken, and Coinbase. But you can tell why they're getting like a bit pissy over it, because the amount of money that they make every single year from stakers and like staked ETH is huge. They're gonna like miss out so much.
What's really concerning is Coinbase ETH does have a blacklist function. So
what
if we see any kind of, well, you know how Circle had like that knee-jerk reaction to Tornado Cash and blacklisted a load of wallets that interacted with Tornado Cash contracts. Coinbase ETH, like CB ETH, the liquid wrapper for staking with Coinbase, has the same function in its contract if it's called upon.
Lord.
That's not good.
Were you banging the drums to get like a certain somebody in the background to get another beer then? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I used to have... I should just get a bell, shouldn't I? It's like...
Mate, what would have been great is that if like an arm just came in and handed you a beer then.
I mean, you got a little mini fridge for under here on Fridays.
Oh, mate.
But yeah, what else? Should we have a look at Coin, actually? Let me bring that up. Because it seems to have been doing pretty well recently, and then obviously... let's see
that was clearly because my favourite darling, Kathy Woods, kept aping the bottom. That was always a buy signal. That was always a buy signal. And then I think Tesla's chatting its way to like $200 again.
Is it still going?
Let's have a look. Yeah, it's at 207 now.
So if you'd have bought the bottom of Coinbase stock at $32, you got like a 2.7x or whatever that is on your money, and then it's just kind of, as soon as Brian Armstrong's came out with that yesterday, again, really big wick down there, but from local top to where we are now, it's down 31%. It just trades as like a
shitcoin,
low beta institutional shitcoin, doesn't it? That's the volatility is pretty big on the thing, but I don't know.
If you look at Tesla, mate, they have made like a 110% gain since January 6th. So if you'd have aped the bottom at like 102, like you'd be ragging it in. It's just hit the 200 EMA as well.
Tesla trades a bit like a meme coin as well, though, doesn't it?
Oh, it is a meme. It's the biggest meme out there. It's a bigger meme than GME.
Look at that. From wick to kind of like local bottom to where we are now. Yeah, 103%.
Mate, the easiest 2x in the world, that would have been.
I know. You could have bought as much as you wanted. There are some kind of medium low caps holding up really well. Like look at this. Look at the state of Grail. Like this thing is just up only.
Jesus Christ. Look at that.
You had all this time to buy. All this time. It's went absolutely berserk.
That's bonkers. And like, I may as well just ask the question, like, how is something like that just up only? Like, there's got to be something behind the scenes that's making something happen like that.
Should have a look on RB scan. You can usually tell a lot. 3,514 addresses, 73,543 Grail tokens. That's 4760. Looks around like 65% looks locked or in an LP or staked. So high staking percentage. Pretty good distribution other than that, like 0.53. And then it really drops off to like 0.2% holding. People are up big even from the public sale. So fuck knows what these like this 4 to 7 like these address holders, because if they're 2,500 tokens, that's usually that's how many tokens you're getting. So God knows who's in on that, but they've done extremely well. Looks like a decent distribution, an awful lot staked. The thing is with the X Grail, you can choose to lock that for like, I think mine's locked for like 4 months. I don't know what caused me to do that. I think I just had a rush of blood to the head and locked it at like $200. So it's like an 8x sat waiting to be vested in the wallet, and I completely forgot it was there. So it was like really nice to debank yesterday. Updated the X Grail vault on the wallet tracker, so I was like, shit, what's happened there? And then it's like, oh yeah, we've got some.
Nice.
But yeah,
so what did you get? What did you get at the end of like 4 months? Just those tokens back.
Yeah, you get them back, but any kind of, they'll take a small proportion of transaction fees on specific pairs, and then they'll distribute those to Grail stakers, and it'll be in the form of like ETH and USDC and shit like that as well. But they've got like an awful lot of good projects launching on there, like the Factored Out guys. They're launching over there. The Just Bet, I think they're called, launching over there, which is obviously we can bring that up now, but they're a kind of casino-based token on Arbitrum that seems to have like all the bells and whistles. So that's really interesting as well. So they seem to have this shit together. I know they launched as like Excalibur previously on like Phantom, but it seems like they've really kind of pivoted and turned it around, found like some really good product market fit in this market as well. And like, what's the 20 million, 123 million FDV? It's nothing really. In the grand scheme of things, really. What else was doing? Y2K again, as you mentioned, that's been doing pretty well. I think it'll continue to do well, to be honest. Chart doesn't look that bad. Again, you just had all this time to buy, and it's still at 4.6 million market cap. It's absolutely nothing, is it? So
that's peanuts.
But yeah,
look at that.
Yeah, but what's how like imagine if Kraken had a ERC20 like tradable token that's on chain, like a liquid staking representative of the Kraken staked ETH, that could have just completely depegged overnight. You could have made some serious that'd
have been proper cheddar. That'd have been a great way to go into like the weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this, Dan. I think you're right, because if there is some kind of FUD that comes around about USDT and USDC, there could be some. If we can hedge against that using Y2K, I think it'd be Very interesting. Or if they go after Coinbase and they add CBE in the vault. I don't think they have CBE in the vault. They should do.
Because they're going. Do they have like what was it BUSD and like is it PaxG or Paxos? Because that's what the government's going after at the moment.
Yeah, they don't have it at the minute. I don't think the epoch is open, but they've got ETH, Frax, Staked ETH, USDD, MIM, DAI, Wrap BTC, USDT, USDC, and then yeah, that's about it. But they're going to be rolling out more and more and more. So just creates an options market if anyone's not unaware. There's an article on blockmints.com if you want to learn a little more. But you can basically bet on the price of an asset depegging from its underlying. So if you like the first epoch that happened, people bet on MIM depegging, and it depegged to like 0.97 or something, and they got paid like very, very well. So something to keep an eye on if all this kind of regulatory FUD's on the horizon. I think it's a great product. I think a lot of people shit on it because they didn't see the need for it, but I think it's really, really good. Right, I've got 5 minutes, so can we just have a laugh at this Pancake Swap forum?
Yeah.
So this one's great. Like people proposing to donate some money to the earthquake victims in Turkey. Completely agree with that, and really, really nice to see that. And I think this, when everything that happened in Ukraine was happening, we seen how everyone kind of banded together within the industry and started donating money, and showed how great the kind of crypto rails can be, as opposed to having to send through your regular kind of traditional intermediaries and things like that. So yeah, that's really great. Hope something good comes of that. Obviously, you have to be a little bit careful and see what these people's motives are online. But there are some really funny governance proposals if you look at the Pancake Swap one. So this someone's put a governance proposal on the Pancake Swap forum saying, "Need some cake to stake and start earning. Please help me with some cakes to start earning some money or BNB." And there's been 11,000 cake votes on it.
Oh wow! So how much cake is he going to get? Will he get like 11k cake?
No, I doubt it. I think that's just the amount of people who hold cake and they voted on it. He's just put his wallet up there if anyone wants to kind of donate to them, which is quite funny. Actually, that's
hilarious.
Let's see if
yeah. Because this could be like where Gabriel Haynes was like, "Hey guys, going to go do an investigation over in the Bahamas. Donate to my holiday fund," and he made like 10k off it.
I don't think he's got any money, the poor lad. Oh, well.
What a shame.
He'll just have to put another governance proposal up. But there's a few in here, like there's a load of people that are kind of helping out, and I know Caesar Avax, if you know him on Twitter, he's just written up a brilliant article on Avalanche for us, and he's out there. He said he got back to me today and said, "Look, I might be a little bit a while trying to address the comments because he's out there trying to help people," which is like fascinating and amazing to see. So kudos to all those people. Yes, there was just a few kind of people asking for their like stop asking for donations so you can buy a new car. Oh god. So yeah,
that's great. Did you translate the Chinese ones? Hey, welcome, Jedi.
Hey guys,
we're just wrapping up.
And I thought I'd just pop in anyways because I needed some kind of human contact. I've been in my basement working really hard.
Mate,
is this your governance proposal? Is this your governance proposal?
My governance proposal is ready. I sent it out. Hopefully I'll get a response later. How are you guys?
Yeah, good. Mate. Really good.
We've just
been Grant already drinking. This is a good sign.
I was going to get my bintangs out, but it's only like 7:45 a.m. here. Too early to start.
I'm going out immediately after this. And I won't be seen until Monday.
So how's the week been?
And on that bombshell,
Grant, you've had a fairly relaxing week on the beach. Just for everybody else out there, Grant sent me some clips of his beach escapades. I reported him to the authorities, and apparently they couldn't find him to arrest him. Unacceptable behavior, dude. Really.
Yeah, I'm sunburned to fuck. My pathetic northern British skin just can't handle the heat. Not built for it.
Mate,
So what was the summary of today's show? In 30 seconds, what's the TLDR, Dan? Tell me quickly.
so basically, big caps going Goblin Town, Kraken and Coinbase governmental FUD, Rocketpool hitting all-time highs, and then a stake and bake governance proposal. Y2K might be something. Grail, holy shit, just keeps going up. Grant's sitting on like a 10 bajillion X that he can't actually touch for 4 months, so good luck with that. But yeah, you can be the calculator guy, but my portfolio is looking great. And then for needing a laugh, you came in right at the end. Oh!
On cue. Clearly on cue. People would think that we actually scripted this. Who would think? Maybe we did script it. No, we probably did. But we didn't, obviously.
Matic still
finally.
chugging along.
Finally, just like I've got 2 minutes. What the fuck's going on with Umami?
Oh, mate, that's well interesting. That is well interesting. So, old boy CEO decided to like dump his bag. So then it went down to like the fair value, which is all the way down in Goblin Town. A load of like whales scooped it up from the bottom. You got what's it? You've got that famous little condom frog, crypto condom on Twitter. They have put in a proposal to basically like rehire the team under the DAO, so then they can get paid by the DAO, and so then it ignores like, don't quote me on this, but I think it bypasses like regulations in some way, shape, or form to then try and like get back the vaults. If it doesn't all work out, then they'll have to dilute everything. But everybody in the Umami Discord, they went from like crazy to like high-fiving each other to crazy again to high-fiving each other. So it's a very interesting story like that's unfolding.
I'd love to see Crypto Condom pick that up and run with it because I know they deliver on that.
But how does the whole kind of like SEC shakeup that's happened over the last 24 hours kind of play into this whole institutional investor in DeFi narrative? I mean, how does that actually play out now?
I wouldn't touch it with a fucking barge pole, to be fair. We've seen a few, like me and Jerry spoke of another kind of institutional vault provider that have they're pivoting. Like obviously getting kind of, everyone sees the kind of writing on the wall, don't they? So I don't know. But yeah, did you see the clip from when me and Jerry interviewed him?
I saw that actually. It's a little bit embarrassing, actually, but it's true. It's the truth of it. I mean, I don't know. I think the way forward now is to really just make sure that DeFi is bulletproof. I think it is bulletproof. It's going to be interesting to see how this whole SEC thing plays out. I mean, kind of just putting Umami aside. A lot of the FUD right now is around whether, Gary Gensler is going to just completely and utterly like, put USDC and all those guys to task. I don't know whether it's possible for him to do that, but this is just another use case for Frax and obviously these DeFi, algos and DAI. But then Matt was saying that DAI is 40% USDC anyway. So how does that work out? I think there's quite a lot of question marks around kind of stable coins and how they now participate in, especially if they're US based, and how do they navigate this whole SEC attempt to shut them down? Because let's be frank, guys, the SEC doesn't like DeFi. They don't like, this whole thing. They've made it very clear. And it's a risk, I think, from a DeFi perspective.
I don't know why we call them stable coins. We should just call them like coins that don't go up or down or something like that. Just that, how we change from crypto to Web3.
Yes.
Boring coins.
Make it more palatable for people. Like we need someone to come in and change that up. But gents, I have to go because
I was about to say, on that bombshell, I can see another arm about to come into your vision with another bintang.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
I'm actually booking a flight. Grant, I'll see you next week, bro. I'm going to book a flight. I'm coming to visit. It's time.
We're all coming. Let's go.
You're both welcome anytime.
Let's go and hang out. But he's got visitors now. Let's wait for them to leave, and then we can arrive. And then no work will get done. Blockmates will come to a grinding halt, and everyone will talk about how Blockmates was once upon a time like really cool, and then they all went to Bali.
It'll be the great debacle, eh?
Cheers, guys. Nice to drop in. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Nice to have you.
Let's go and subscribe to the newsletter. Come on, you can do it.